Hey guys, so if you are trying to make sales online, you're trying to start your online business, you're trying to become a full-time content creator, why are you not on TikTok Live? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You guys, if you are not on TikTok Live promoting your digital products or your physical products, you are sleeping on a gold mine. Now, I'm going to be honest, you have to have strategy when you go on live. That's one of the biggest things I tell all of my students. We don't just go live just to hang out, okay? I'm not on live just sitting here on the couch, just, looking cutesy, drinking water, and having a candle lit, playing some Erica Badu in the background. No, ma'am, no, sir. That is not how I run my lives. And if you want to actually make money on TikTok, you came to the right video because I'm going to give you some of the strategies that I use. For all of the strategies, you must join Glow Up Academy. But these strategies that I give you will definitely help you feel more confident on TikTok Live, start making sales, and start seeing like, okay, if I wasn't going live on TikTok, I'm foolish and I'm going to start, okay? So first and foremost, when you're on TikTok Live, first of all, I want you guys to understand the TikTok Live algorithm if you don't already know. So I love TikTok Live because of the fact that it's going to push your live to people who have never seen you before. That is key because it's a great way to continuously get traffic to your store. Again, whether it's an online store, digital product store, a merch store, like whatever it is you're selling, you are constantly being pushed to new people who have never seen you before. So it's just a great way to always have business traffic. Now, when you are going live, TikTok will push your live more when people are engaging. So if they're liking the live, sharing the live, commenting on the live, that's how you get pushed on the For You page. Now, I'm not going to lie, you have to be consistent. The only reason why I have the viewers that I have on my TikTok live today is because of the fact that I'm consistent as hell. I've been selling on TikTok now since the end of January, and at the time of me making this video, we are at the end of August. So February, March, April, May, June, July, August, 7 months. I have been consistent with going live on TikTok for 7 months. And if you caught a live of mine, you've also seen me on YouTube. I have multiple phones. I have like 6 phones. So I'm on live multiple places at the same time. But it is important that you are consistent. Believe it or not, when I first started, I did not have a whole bunch of viewers on my TikTok live. And even though I had a decent TikTok following, not really. I had like 5,000 people on TikTok when I first started going live on TikTok. That's not a lot. And most of the people who were following me or still are following me, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to see my live, right? Like I said earlier, TikTok shows you live to people who have never seen you before. So your following has nothing to do with how many viewers you'll have. So how do you actually get people to tune in and stay? Again, you have to be consistent because TikTok has to figure out who to show your live to, right? They're not sure what you're talking about in the live. They're not sure who's actually going to want the live. So the only way the algorithm is going to figure that out is by you being consistent. And over time, it'll start putting your live in front of people who it knows actually wants to see it. Now, when you are live, you have to target people's pain points. If you caught one of my lives, you hear me talk about this all of the time. People today, you guys have the attention span of like 2 seconds, which means you have to get to the point. And so we have to target people's emotions. That's how you connect with people. That's how you get people to stop scrolling and start watching. I say this every day on my lives because it's true. Now, because I've been doing it for a while, I've gotten better at it. I know when to say what, how to really connect with people so that not only do they join, but they stay, they feel seen, they feel heard. And you have to do this too. So whatever niche you're in, whatever your product is that you're selling, I advise you go on to ChatGPT AI, okay? And I want you to ask it, what are my pain points for my niche? And then make sure you're saying those things in your video, or not in your videos, but in your lives multiple times as you go through your live. So, because remember, you guys, just because you started the live at 7:30, well, there's constantly people leaving, coming, leaving, coming. So you might have said the pain points at 7:30 when you first started, but by 8 o'clock, there's new people in. They haven't heard none of the stuff you were saying 30 minutes ago. So that's why if you've caught my live, you have heard me repeat myself. You've heard me say things over and over again because I understand that I have new people entering and I have people leaving. So the people who are entering, they haven't heard it. Okay, so it's important that you're constantly going back to different pain points, different emotional triggers to get people to feel connected, seen, and heard. The next thing, I host my live like a webinar. So I position myself as the authority by giving the information in the first portion of my live, and then I pitch my offer at the end of the live. I do that because I'm building trust, right? Because like I said, people on TikTok, especially TikTok Live, they've never seen you before, so they don't know you from a can of paint. Well, why would they feel comfortable with buying something from you and they haven't been able to connect with you yet? They don't even know if you really know what you're talking about yet. You know, you have to get people to trust you. So that's why I provide a whole bunch of information in the first portion of my live to become that authority, to build that trust, to build that connection, to get people to get a sense of my energy, my vibes, and to feel comfortable with me, right? And then I sell my offer at the end. I've said in multiple videos, people buy transformations. They're not really buying, you know, your cookbook comes with 10,000 recipes and they're all under 30 minutes. Yeah, that's cool and all, but that's not really what they're buying. What they're buying is the transformation. So maybe you sell cookbooks. The transformation could be go from being confused in the kitchen and not knowing how to make delicious products to buying my cookbook, and now all of the guesswork is taken out. Now you don't have to wonder what you're going to eat and you're in the grocery store trying to figure it out real quick before you get home. It's already laid out for you, right? Imagine being able to save more time because I've taken the guesswork out of cooking, and you get to spend more time with your kids and your spouse and doing things you love to do because you're not thinking about what dinner's going to be, right? That's a transformation that you're selling. Not, okay, I have 1,000 recipes and they're all under 30 minutes and they're fat free and no one cares. Nobody cares. What is the transformation? And because I understand that, I'm able to sell on TikTok Live. So leave a comment down below. Let me know if these tips have helped you. If you want to get full in-depth strategy on how to sell on TikTok Live, make sure you guys join my Glow Up Academy, because this is a space where I teach you everything that you need to know to be successful with your online business, from building your platforms, growing your following, creating your content, marketing, emails, all of the things. And you also learn how to become the version of yourself that you must become in order to actually get it done. So no more excuses, procrastination, hesitating, self-doubt. All of those things we fix within the Glow Up Academy so you can be successful. The link is down below in my description. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.